Durango TV News brings you Healthy Living in the Four Corners, featuring local experts on wellness, nutrition, and lifestyle to keep you healthy and fit to enjoy all the region has to offer. Brought to you by PhD Advanced Nutrition, changing your life through optimal health and wellness.
Welcome back to Healthy Living in the Four Corners. I'm Dr. Ashley Lucas, founder of PhD Advanced Nutrition in downtown Durango. As a registered dietitian with a doctorate in nutrition, I'll help you attain optimal weight management and wellness with twice-monthly tips on healthy living. The majority of us are struggling to attain our optimal weight. We try our very best to follow the conventional guidelines that inundate us. We are told to move more, eat less, exercise greater willpower, and eat everything in moderation. I've discussed in previous segments why these proposed solutions to overcoming weight gain and illness don't work for the majority of us. In the next few segments, we will talk about how and why most of us need to manipulate our diet to regain our health and optimal body composition. Today's discussion is the first part of a two-part series. Here we go. In general, we need to reduce carbohydrates, moderate protein, and increase dietary fat. The reason why carbohydrate reduction is effective in treating fat gain, obesity, and many other health conditions is because carbohydrates have the most profound stimulus on how we metabolize nutrients and how our body regulates fat metabolism. Carbs control how we burn fat. Because we can only store carbohydrates in the body in small amounts, we have to burn them as fuel. Many of us don't burn them well, so we store carbs as body fat. When we eat carbohydrates, we force the body to burn these sugars, and that simultaneously impairs our body's access to and the use of fat. While our body burns sugar, the fat stays stuck in our fat cells, and the excess carbohydrates or sugar that we can't use is converted to more fat. It's a double whammy. We fail to burn fat and at the same time continue to store surplus sugar as more fat. Take a look at this chart. When you eat a carbohydrate from any source, say something like a banana, a bowl of oatmeal, or a skinny latte or a bagel, it produces a rise in your blood glucose levels. That rise in glucose levels causes the pancreas to secrete large amounts of a hormone called insulin. Insulin blocks fat breakdown and promotes fat storage. Within the next few hours after eating that carbohydrate, many of us will experience a compensatory low. In other words, we'll experience a blood sugar crash. We suffer from fatigue, lightheadedness, and irritability. This blood sugar low induces hunger along with the intense cravings for more carbohydrates because our body searches for a mechanism to normalize blood glucose so that we feel well again. We follow these strong physiological urges and we eat more carbohydrate. Some people will call that inability to avoid eating more to rebalance our blood glucose as a lack of willpower. But the physical pull to re-energize our bodies is a real thing and compelling as the need to sneeze. And when we do succumb to the physical pull to re-energize, we have yet another upward swing in blood glucose with another low to follow. The roller coaster continues all day. If you've suffered from weight issues, particularly if your excess fat surrounds your stomach, it's likely you are intolerant to carbohydrates on some level. You have a dysfunctional response when you consume carbohydrates, a topic we will discuss in our segment 2 weeks from now. So let me ask you, what would you do if you were lactose intolerant or gluten intolerant? Why should your carbohydrate intolerance be treated any differently? Stay tuned for part 2 when we delve a bit more into carbohydrate metabolism and how it affects our body composition. I'm Dr. Lucas with Healthy Living in the Four Corners.
This edition of Healthy Living in the Four Corners has been brought to you by PhD Advanced Nutrition, changing your life through optimal health and wellness.